Hello and welcome to this session where we are reviewing the HydroBlu system, which connects with global information systems and helps us estimate the likelihood of finding water at a particular geolocation. So you can read about the project under the About tab, and you can use the system here under Map Finder. If you have a subscription, you can manage a team of people who have access to the system, and you can reach out and contact us through the contact form. So let's look at just using the system. So number one, what you'll want to do is locate the region in which you want to determine whether water is present. So let's punch in here. So we select our geolocation. Notice here that the latitude and longitude are updating as we drag this map around, and then we go ahead and click evaluate. So it gives a little message here, please wait, it's evaluating the model. And we give it a few seconds, and then it will consult with the machine learning model and then return for us some results about that particular location. Right, the system has returned its results. It says at this location, it's really a coin toss whether you will find water at that location. And it shows also some of the data that it used to arrive at this. So this is not just saying it's a random choice. This is arrived at from running a machine learning model. So here you can see some of the geo characteristics that the system has pulled in that region. It's also showing the accuracy of the model. So the models, well, in fact, there are 6 models behind the system. And the models are on average around 75% accurate. And then at this specific geolocation, you see here the probability of finding groundwater at or having a successful borehole site is around 53%. And again, you can see more about the statistics around the geocharacteristics at that location. Right, so that's what you do if you want to investigate a particular geosite. You drag the map around, you select your region, and you just go ahead and click evaluate. Now, you may, on the other hand, want to evaluate a whole region. So for instance, if you wanted to know in this region, what's the best site for drilling boreholes? So you can determine this by setting a bound. So you set one corner of an imaginary box here, and then you can choose another corner, let's say here. So we click again, set bound. And so those define the 2 corners of a box, if you can imagine it. And then you click generate points. And you see now it's generated 9 points here. And you can increase the number of points. The default is 9 points. You can always increase that. So let's say we wanted 25 instead. So if we click generate points, you can see you've got more points in that region now. So I'm just going to clear this. So to clear the selection, so these blue markers, if you want to clear that, just clear selection. And then if you want to clear the bounds also, so the corners of the bounding box, you can click clear bounds. And by the way, you can also instead manually set points, so you don't have to use generate points. You can click add point, so you see a little blue marker here, and you can click again add point, and so on. So you can add more specific points. So instead of using a bounding box, you can just add points manually in this way. So let's say we've now selected 4 points, and we want to determine among these 4 points where's the best probability for hitting groundwater. So we've selected our 4 points, and then we go ahead and click evaluate. Okay, so here are the results that have come back for us in that region. So you can see here a number of probabilities listed, and you'll notice that the probabilities are different from site to site, but the differences are rather small, and that's because we are sampling in the same region. So we picked points in a similar region. That's fine, but now we can page around, so we can look up among the sites that we considered. We can select the highest probability, and then we might want to select that as the site where we'll drill. So if you click on any site, then it brings up all the other geo characteristics about that site. So there may be other things that you want to think about in that particular location to determine its suitability for drilling a borehole. So that's in a nutshell how you would use the HydroBlu system to identify your borehole sites. So once more, you can go ahead and select specific regions by clicking Add Point, or you can set bounds and generate points within a region, and then you just go ahead and click Evaluate, and then it tells you about the possible sites among those that you've chosen. Then if you have a team of people, perhaps hydrogeologists and other technical staff, you can allocate your team to different roles in accessing the system. And then if you have any further questions or comments, please don't hesitate to reach out to us through the contact section.